How are we doing, guys? LUTV, West Bromwich Albion 0, Leeds United 5, post-match review. 30 goals Leeds United have scored in 16 games. A newly promoted team into the Premier League has scored almost 2 goals a game, almost a half of the way into the season. This has never been done before. This is incredible stuff. This is Marcelo Bielsa. I mean, wow. I mean, so many different emotions. It's just an incredible, quite sensational 90 minutes of Premier League football that tonight. And it was just so unexpected. I expected this to be a 1-0 either side, a 0-0, a tight, horrible game almost. But it just wasn't that at all. From minute 1 to minute 90, Leeds United were in complete control tonight. Absolutely simple as that. It was complete domination from minute 1 to minute 90, and Leeds never let it go. Never let the game go at all. You know, it was just relentless. I think there was a real desire after that second half against Burnley where, albeit we won the game, that second half, the standards dropped. And that never happens under Marcelo Bielsa. You know, it never happens 2 games on the run with the standards drop. And we were just absolutely on it. I think the players, some players had a point to prove tonight. You know, obviously Johnny Alioski's coming for criticism at left back. Probably his best game at left back for me in a Leeds shirt. No question about that for me. Rodrigo Moreno's had a bit of criticism. Mateus Klick's had a bit of criticism. Jack Harrison's had a bit of criticism. You know, you look at it and say, they all were absolutely superb tonight. They were absolutely superb tonight. And what did I specifically like about that performance? Absolutely everything. It was just a phenomenal 90 minutes of beautiful Bielsa football. It was just like a textbook Marcelo Bielsa performance. Control possession, dominating all thirds of the pitch, create chances, score the goals. Defensively, absolutely superb, controlling the game in midfield. It was just absolutely outstanding. Textbook stuff, especially the first half. I mean, it was just a superb performance really from us tonight. I mean, the football we played tonight was just absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know, the way we played, it was just... I mean, me and Joe on the watch along, we were speechless at times. We were absolutely speechless at times. You know, the quality we were showing on that pitch tonight. You know, it was just unbelievable. It looks like, and I don't want to be disrespectful to West Brom here, and it was more because of how good we were. I'm not having this thing about West Brom were terrible tonight. I'm not saying West Brom weren't terrible, but the idea that the only reason Leeds looked good tonight was because West Brom were terrible. I'm not having that at all. I'm not having that at all. West Bromwich Albion have just gone to Liverpool and drawn 1-1. They've gone to the Premier League champions and drawn 1-1. The favourites to win the title and drawn 1-1. I'm not having that at all. I'm sorry, I'm not having that at all. I've seen all this, you know, people who just have this dislike of Bielsa, this dislike of Leeds, this dislike of the idea that a newly promoted team, how dare a newly promoted team goes and plays football in this way. Well, we've just gone and done that tonight to a team that got a result at Liverpool. To have more respect for West Brom. West Brom are not a poor team. Leeds United are a good team. Have more respect. That's all I'm saying. You know, you see some of the disrespect about Marcelo Bielsa. That was an absolute masterclass tonight. As Joe Wayman said, look at the other results tonight. Pretty much every game's 0-0. You're getting the odds 1-0, 2-0. You know, no one's scoring 5. No one's putting in that kind of emphatic a performance. Yeah, I know Man United beat us 6-2. I know they beat us 6-2. They've got a multi-million-pound squad there of multi-million-pound world-class players. You know, they're a good team. We lost 6-2. Other teams will get battered by Man United. It's as simple as that. And it's just one of those. You look at it and think, there's still people questioning this Leeds team. You know, there's still people questioning this Leeds team. You know, the idea that Leeds only got promoted because of COVID, putting a 3-month delay on the season. You know, and the fact is, we won 5 games in a row before COVID. You know, all these things that get levelled at Leeds United. And you know what? You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want against this Leeds United team. We stick together. The fans, the players, Bielsa, we're together as a unit. And this unit, at the minute, is pushing for the top 10 of Premier League football at this moment in time. I'm not saying it's going to make the top 10, but this moment in time, it's pushing for the top 10. You know, I'm not sure how many points clear of relegation where we are at the moment. Yeah, we've still got to win a couple of games to confirm that mathematically. But this team at the minute looks more likely to push for the top 10 than it does to struggle. And I don't think it's going to struggle. I think it's much more likely the former. I think we are pushing, you know, a lot higher than what I was expecting. I think it's been an absolutely superb start to the season. So I just find it flabbergasting how anyone can kind of question the quality of this Leeds team. You know, just because we lost one 90-minute game where Man United took the chances. You know, it's all this things. It's kind of been there all season. You know, teams just want to have a go at Bielsa and that lot. But Marcelo Bielsa is one of the top 3 managers in the whole world, and that's been proven. You know, Hansi Flick, Jurgen Klopp were classed as 1 and 2. Marcelo Bielsa was there in the top 3. This idea that Marcelo Bielsa is somehow this fraud, and he's never got these results, and it's just all about style and over results. Absolute rubbish. Some of the stuff that's been levelled at him over the last couple of weeks, and that is an emphatic one tonight. That's an emphatic one. If you see another team in the bottom part of the table produce a 5-0 win away from home, I'd be absolutely amazed. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, a team put in that emphatic a performance, because this Leeds United team is superb at the moment. No question about it. I'm quite angry tonight, I'm quite angry. It's not so much angry, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted with this Leeds team, but I just find it amazing that we put in a performance like that and there's still people questioning this Leeds team. It's just absolutely laughable, really. But onto the game anyway. I always like to talk about the tactical side of the game, and made a lot of notes on the game itself as well. And it was just complete domination from the first minute, and we were very clinical tonight. That's the big thing as well. In that first half, we were very clinical. Of course, we get the first goal. The first goal's lucky from our point of view, but it's a good bit of pressing, to be fair, off Rodrigo. He probably forces Sawyers to make the pass that little bit quicker than he really wanted to. Sawyers sort of didn't look. Ultimately, it's a big error from Romain Sawyers. Sam Johnson stood outside his goal line. I'm not sure why he's doing that. I'm not an expert on goalkeepers. Perhaps someone will say in the comments why Sam Johnson was stood where he stood, leaving the centre of his goal completely open. But yeah, it's a shocking mistake of West Brom. It's a big boost for us. And then we get ourselves the second goal. And what a hit off Johnny Alioski. I mean, he just caught it absolutely perfectly. It just caps off a fantastic 90-minute performance from Johnny. He was absolutely fantastic. And that's the thing. We do play high risk. That's the thing. This Leeds team is about high risk. There'll be the odd game where, look, me and Joe have already said, there'll be other games this season where we get absolutely hammered. There's no doubt about it. The way we play, the high line, the high press, there'll be some teams who'll have the quality to play over the top and will be clinical. That's just what we're going to face. But more times than not, there's a reason to play the risk. There's risk versus reward, and the reward is bigger than the risk at the moment. Look at the teams that are at the bottom end of the table. Burnley, Sheffield United, West Brom. They all stay compact, play long balls, sit tight, don't really create a lot of chances, play very defensive football. They're at the bottom end of the table. Yeah, they don't get hammered. Yeah, West Brom did tonight, actually, to be fair. But you know what I mean. They don't get hammered. They can go to places like Liverpool and maybe nick a result. Against Man City. But ultimately, Leeds United will win a lot more games against the teams at the bottom end of the table playing this way than they'll lose. And the proof is in the pudding. I think the stat was on the watch along, 16 points from 18 available against the bottom half teams, and that sums it up really. Our strategy against these teams is that we high press, we play the exact same way we do against the top teams. We high press a lot of the ball, play a high line, and just suffocate the opposition and creating chances in the wide areas, through balls into Paddy Bamford. And I think what we saw tonight as well was a lot of individual quality. Rafinha on the 5th goal, oh my word, what a finish that is. Rodrigo, again, I think it was going in anyway before the deflection. It was going into the other corner. It's just fantastic play. We've got fantastic individuals in this team. And that's it. We've just got a fantastic team here. Certainly for a newly promoted team, and this is it. It was just absolutely fantastic. And that's it. We play a risky style, but it is very calculated. For me, the riskier style is Sam Allardyce's style. Going into this game, I think they've taken 9 shots all season in 3 games, so they're averaging 3 shots per game. I might be wrong on that stat, but averaging 3 shots a game. It's all well and good staying compact and, conceding possession and playing long balls, but ultimately, you're reliant, if you play that kind of style of football, on the opposition making mistakes, not breaking you down. You're reliant on what the opposition do. If you stand off them and sit back in the low block, you're reliant on them not producing moments of magic. It's much more riskier, that, for me. When you're relying on 3 shots a game, being very clinical at the other end of the pitch on set pieces, that for me is a much riskier strategy. And the proof is in the pudding, in the fact that at the bottom end of the table are the teams that sit back. Aston Villa, you've seen how they've played this season, very open and expansive. They went to Chelsea and they went to play in an open and expansive manner. Southampton started the season really well. Leicester, all these teams that supposedly, according to the experts, shouldn't play football in this manner, they're proving everyone wrong. Leeds United, we're all proving everyone wrong. Football is football. Football's about entertainment. You know what? We might get hammered by Tottenham at the weekend. If we do, we do. But at the end of the day, we're still in a really good position either way. You know, that's the thing. You know, for me, football now isn't just about results, because Marcelo Bielsa has taught me and Leeds fans and all of us to see football in a different way. It's not just about the end result. It's not just about the trophy, the league position. It's about enjoying it. You know, it's all well and good finishing 8th in the table. It's no good if you didn't enjoy it. And that's what this Leeds United team gives you, a performance like that. You know, even the performance against Newcastle. The fact is we scored 5 in a game in the last 2 weeks, twice in the last 2 weeks. You know, I don't know where I was going there, but you know what I mean. It was just absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, you know, it was just a really, really good performance. Obviously, going into that second half, you know, I think we all obviously knew we weren't going to keep up that same kind of tempo. There was even jokes about the Cardiff game, you know, when we were 3-0 up and it went to 3-3. The Fulham game earlier in the season where we didn't quite have the same tempo and, you know, we lost control of the game. But today there was no risk of that. You know, I know we weren't quite as free-flowing. We were a little bit sloppy at times in that second half, but it was to be expected. You know, there was no kind of motivation really for us at that point in the game. It was just all about, you know, not giving a stupid goal away. If we gave a stupid goal away, West Brom all of a sudden, you know, weren't necessarily back in the game, but it just changed the whole momentum at that point. But we managed it really well. Rafinha gets a top-class goal. And you know what? We showed some good quality in that second half as well. Shaq's came on, Pablo came on. A lot of energy there, a lot of hunger to have an impact on the pitch. You know, as I said, you know, I thought Rodrigo and Click in that midfield were absolutely phenomenal tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. And this is the idea, you know, it's just how we play. It's risky. I know we play a risky way, but the reason we play this way is for nights like tonight. You know, we had a 20-minute spell in that first half where we were absolutely unplayable. We were absolutely unplayable. You know, I think against any team in the Premier League would have really given them a game in that kind of moment. And that's why we play this way, to have those moments in games where we just blow teams away. That 20-minute spell in that first half, we just blew West Brom away. It's as simple as that. You know, and you could argue it wasn't a 5-0 game, because in the second half, you know, we didn't create that many chances. But ultimately, we did the job in the first half, and that's it. You know, I think it's the perfect kind of scenario. We were fantastic in the game from minute 1 to minute 90, but very, very clinical. Very, very clinical, and that's ultimately what gets you the results. And I'm not that bothered about the results this season in terms of league position, as long as we stay up. I just want this to be entertaining. I want to see Bielsa ball in the Premier League, and it's not disappointed. 30 goals in 16 games. 30 goals in 16 games. Yeah, you can talk about the other end of the pitch. We've kept 2 clean sheets now in 2 games. You know? Fantastic stuff from us. Fantastic stuff from us. You know, Ilan Meslier is among the top of the clean sheet list, I think, in terms of top clean sheets or Golden Glove, whatever they call it these days. You know, it's just absolutely superb. You know, I mean, I just can't sum up how happy I am with this Leeds team at the moment. It's just exceeding expectations. I thought under Marcelo Bielsa, you know, after that Man City game where we produced probably the best game of Premier League football I've seen in the last 10 years. I thought that was kind of the peak at that point, but for me, you know, the last couple of games, the Newcastle game, the West Brom game, the fact we're starting to really score goals as well, create chances, and we've brought Rafinha into the team, Rodrigo into the team, you know, top quality players. You know, obviously we've got the targets coming in hopefully in January. You know, it's really just a fantastic, phenomenal time to support this football club and enjoy it. You know, enjoy nights like this, because it won't last forever. We all know it won't last forever. That's why we're enjoying this right now, because this is a really phenomenal chapter in this club's history, to be honest, and absolutely amazing, really. You know, look at the last 4 games. You know, we played Newcastle at home, Man United away, Burnley at home, West Brom away. That's a really tough set of fixtures, because really in that Newcastle and Burnley game, the pressure was on to win both those games, because really, you look at our next couple of games after that, they're very difficult. You know, again, it's teams that could hurt our high line potentially. Who knows? But when we play like that, like we did tonight, we can hurt them as well. But the pressure was on us to beat Burnley and Newcastle, and then to beat West Brom away as well. Yeah, we lost the game against Man United, but these are good teams we're playing. You know, any point in the Premier League is a good result. You know, West Brom aren't as poor as what they suggested tonight. They got a good result against Liverpool. You know, they've got a manager there who's a specialist in keeping teams in the Premier League, a specialist in coaching teams to defend in a low block. You know, we're not... You know, this isn't a simple win for Leeds United. This is one of Leeds' best wins under Marcelo Bielsa. There's absolutely no question about that for me. And yeah, you know, obviously talking through the goals, I mean, obviously I've spoken about the first 2. You know, Alioski's strike is just amazing. The third goal is just unbelievable work, you know, in terms of it starts in our half of the pitch. It's fantastic build-up play between Alioski and Harrison. That left-hand side was just superb today. Harrison then, you know, makes a run inside, and then the pass off Patrick Bamford. The pass of Patrick Bamford, who was very unlucky himself not to get a goal. It's just a perfect touch. You know, perfect touch around the corner. He puts Harrison through on goal. Harrison finishes it, and you know, we look really, you know, comfortable at that point. You know, really comfortable at that point. The fourth goal, brilliant work off Click. You know, Click and Rodrigo. You know, Phillips. You know, really good combination. Ball across into Rodrigo. He finishes it. Okay, it took a deflection. I still think it was going in anyway. I think it was going into the other bottom corner. And we're 4-0 up at half time. And I just don't know. You don't know what to do with yourself at that point. You know, in terms of how good it is and how amazing and just unexpected it was. You know, as I said, I thought this was going to be a really tight game. The fifth goal, Rafinha, amazing. And you know, I thought Stuart Dallas, Alioski, their performances tonight compared to Burnley, total opposites. Total opposites. They were next level tonight, those players. Click, Rodrigo, next different class compared to what they were against Burnley. And that's what Marcelo Bielsa has done at this football club. He's set the standards. If we don't hit the standards in one game, you can be absolutely sure we'll hit the standards the next game. And that's exactly what you saw tonight. Exactly what you saw tonight. You won't see 2 or 3 poor performances consistently from Marcelo Bielsa. It won't happen. It would never happen under Marcelo Bielsa. Yeah, we might lose 2 or 3 games on the trot, but we won't have 3 or 4 poor performances. The performances will always be there. The entertainment factor will always be there. And we can talk about burnout. You know, I've seen that mentioned as well. Let's remember there's less games this season. There's 8 less games this season. You know? 8 less games. And that's, for me, you know, is quite a big factor for us. You know, let's see what we can do this season. I'm excited. I'm not going to put a specific number on it. Can we push for the top 10? Playing like that, we can. Good January recruitment, we can. You know, absolutely. But I'm not going to put a number on it. I'm just enjoying this season. You know, just enjoying what we're doing. At this moment in time, we're a newly promoted club. The pressure isn't on us, and that's showing. You know, that's showing tonight. It just felt like it was a training exercise at times for us tonight, and that's how good we were. We made it look easy tonight, when in reality it was far from an easy game. You know, going to a Big Sam team, you know, away from home, and just a top quality performance. You know, top quality performance. But you know, we showed so much professionalism in that second half in terms of not conceding, keeping another clean sheet, which is a big positive as well. Pascal Struijk has been absolutely phenomenal since he's come into the team. You know, he just looks like an Ajax academy graduate. That looks exactly what he looks like. So composed on the ball, and just the epitome of a centre back from their academy. You know, we've seen so many fantastic centre backs from their academy, and you saw it there from Pascal Struijk tonight. So. Wow, guys, wow. But make sure you check out our live player ratings and Joe's post-match review as well. And subscribe to the channel and like this video. And make sure you leave us a comment on this game tonight and on your thoughts on the channel anyway, guys. And we'll obviously be back tomorrow, previewing Tottenham. And yeah, we're straight back into another game as well, guys. Happy New Year, guys. Hope you had a great Christmas. And thanks very much for watching. And we'll see you later. I've been Oscar. See you later, guys.